Alrighty, so for this last one, we cannot use the tabular method because neither of these functions will go to 0 as you keep taking the derivative. They just keep repeating. So it's going to look similar to example 10, okay? So we use limit to determine what our u is going to be, and we get our exponent, which is e to the 2x, and then our dv is everything else, okay? This green thing's supposed to be memorized. We were given this left-hand side, which is here, and we are going to rewrite it as the right-hand side, but we need to find some information first. So we are given u. We have to find the derivative of that. The derivative of e to the crap is e to the crap times the chain rule, which is where this 2 is coming from. And then we have our dv. We have we have sine, so we know it's going to be cosine, right? So let's think it through. So we have sine, which is going to be cosine. The derivative of cosine is negative sine. This is not negative, so this is where this negative comes from right here. Here we have the chain rule, which would be times 3, but because we're not doing the derivative and we're doing the antiderivative, we actually divide by 3, okay? So that's where that's coming from. And now we rewrite this green box as this right-hand side. So we have our u times our new v minus the integral of our v times du, okay, from this information right here. And then we just kind of simplify this stuff. I took this negative 1/3, moved it to the front. And then over here, this was negative, but this is also negative, so that's where this plus came from. And then I took the 1/3 and this 2 and brought it out to the front because it's scalar. And then, I don't know, I like to write the exponents in the front, so I move that to the front and then put the trig function last, okay? So again, our issue is that as we keep doing this, it's just going to keep repeating. So our goal is to keep integrating until we get back to this green box, and then we can solve. So we'll probably have to do it one more time because we have our cosine, right? And we need to get back to sine. So again, we pick our u. So we are trying to change this right here. So we pick our u, which is our exponent. We already know the derivative of that. And then we have our dv, which is cosine 3x. So we work backwards. So we know it's sine, so let's see. The derivative of sine is cosine, so that's perfect. We have the 3, which would be the chain rule, which is times 3, which means we have to divide by 3, okay? And now, we still have all this stuff in the front, plus this 2/3 here. And now we're going to change this purple box to our new right-hand side of our green, okay? So we have our new u times v minus v times du, okay? So from here, we need to do a little simplification. I did the simplification on the inside of the brackets first. I brought the 1/3 to the front. And then over here, we have that 1/3 and that 2, so I brought that out to the front. And then again, I like to have my exponents in the front, so I move that in the front, and then the trig function on the back end. Okay, to get rid of parentheses, first you check the power, and then you distribute. So I distributed this positive 2/3 to both of these parts, and that became 2/9. And then this became negative 2/9. Our goal again is to solve for our original box, which was here, right? And that actually shows up right here. So that is a great sign. So what you need to remember is everything that you just found, this whole big expression, is equal to your original problem. So we're going to set it equal to the original problem. And then from there, we need to move this purple box to the right-hand side because these are like terms, okay? So we're going to, this says negative 4/9, so we're actually going to add 4/9. Remember, whenever you're adding and subtracting fractions, you need to have common denominators. So instead of an imaginary 1, we're going to say 9/9, right? So if we have 9/9 plus 4/9, that's going to give us that 13/9 right here, okay? So we do not want to solve for 13 over 9. We just want one of them. So that means we have to get rid of this 13 over 9 by dividing both sides by 13 over 9. Dividing by a fraction is the same thing as keep, change, flip. So essentially we're multiplying by the reciprocal, which is 9 over 13. Okay, we're multiplying by everything on the left-hand side. So we distribute this to both of our parts, and we end up with our final answer. We are not evaluating, so we have to tack on that plus C.